everybody. Welcome to the show. You know where you are. Expert Talk with me, Tigo. And you know, if you're sitting right there and we're doing Expert Talk, we got one amazing expert coming at you today. And today, let's talk about 4 million followers on social media platforms around the world and spent not $1 for advertising and promotion. All organic? You've been talking about doing organic? Yeah, do your organic juice. I'm talking about organic media. Sit right there. We'll be right back.
Boys, come on, it's time to go.
Dad, I can't go right now. I'm doing show notes.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Yeah, you know, I have a good friend and her sister, her family. They've created one cool empire while they're cooking in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm talking about Camille Beckstrand. Are you out there?
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I am so good. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so happy to have you here. I haven't seen you in a month. I've missed you. You and your sisters are just doing your thing.
We are. We just head down, focus on what we got to do, and we get it done. And it has been a wild ride and a crazy journey, but we're here for it.
So let's talk about it, because if you guys don't know who the Six Sisters stuff is, go look at YouTube and find out who the Six Sisters stuff is. It's amazing. But let's talk about, how did it get started? I mean, there's 6 of you, so the name makes sense. Yeah. But how did it get started? What made you guys go, hey, somebody turn on a camera?
So it actually started, first, to answer the question, yes, I really do have 6 biological sisters, no brothers in our family, all girls. And we're pretty close in age. There's 12 years between me, I'm the oldest, and then the youngest. And so basically every 2 years, my mom had another baby girl, and we were always really close. We grew up as a really close, tight-knit family, and that continued on as we became young adults. And then for the first time, we started, moving away for school and moving away for careers and moving away because we got married. And so we started a blog. I don't know if you remember the blogging craze of like 2010.
Yeah.
Everybody had a blog.
Yeah,
that's how we started, was this blog to stay in touch. And the blog turned into a place where we would share our recipes, our family recipes, mom's recipes, grandma's recipes. And then people would Google, how to make chicken in your slow cooker or the best marshmallow brownies, and Google would send them to us. And so from there, we just started researching, how do you monetize a blog? How do you make money from web traffic? And that's where our business was born. And then we branched out into Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Pinterest, and just spread our reach even further using those platforms.
But wait, 4 million is one heck of a reach. I mean, that's bigger than most major cities in America. That's one heck of a reach. So do you, how do you feel about that? Because you're in that celebrity status now. It's like, how are you handling the celebrity side of it? Because now you guys are in that celebrity world, correct?
Well, it's funny. Like, my kids don't even know what I do. Like, I'm just mom to them. And I love that. Most people actually don't recognize us unless we're all together. If all 6 of us are together, it's like crazy. But when thankfully, the way we've set it up, I can just be Camille when I'm out in public, which I love. So it's kind of like this undercover identity, but I'm just a normal mom, just doing her mom thing. And that's really who our followers are just moms who are just trying to get through one more day and get dinner on the table one more night. And by me showing up authentically as just a mom who's trying to help another mom, that's why we've been able to grow the following that we have, because we're just real and we're relatable.
But now you've got cookbooks. I mean, tell me about the cookbooks. 500,000. What? How many cookbooks do you have? What made you guys decide this is the time to go from, blog to social media videos? Let's do cookbooks. What made you decide to do that?
The funniest thing happened. We were at a dinner to help that would teach you how to grow your business. And so we're at this dinner with other like-minded business professionals, and we happened to sit down at a table with a book publisher. And like, call it what you will. We call it like a miracle. We don't believe in coincidences. Like, we believe that everything happens for a reason. And so sitting down at that dinner table, like, the book publisher, we told him what we did, and he was like, you need to do a book and I'm going to help you. And so we published our first cookbook in 2013. And in 8 years, we published 10. We published 10 cookbooks. We did all our own photography, wrote all our own recipes. Like, it's a labor of love. But for us, it was just one more way that we could better serve our community. They wanted something physical that they could hold in their hands. Besides just our online recipes, they wanted a physical copy of it. And so that's where our cookbooks came from. And we, to date, have almost sold 600,000 copies.
Good grief. I have, my parents have since passed away. Most of my elders have passed away. And I have a lot of their recipes, a ton of them. And I realize now, because when, Thanksgiving is coming up as we record this, and, the kids are calling saying, how do you make this? And what do you do with that? And and I'm going, maybe we need to put all this, even if it's just for the family, into a book so they can stop bugging me. I'm sorry. So they can figure out how to do it themselves.
Yes. Isn't it crazy? Well, and I love that you brought that up, because food for so many is tradition and connection. Yeah. And that's the magic that a recipe can have. And we love helping people make those connections and make those traditions with their family members. And so, like, so there's cool. We're a food blog, but really our ultimate goal is to help families reconnect and help just families be strengthened by eating dinner together and making that tradition of dinner time with their family.
So how important is serving your audience? I mean, you guys think about that at all? And, where does it fall? Do you go, well, the videos are done, blah, blah, blah. Now, who are we going to send them to? Or are you thinking about your audience before you even start?
100% thinking about them every single day. And like, I think that's something a lot of businesses in general miss. Their bottom line is about, how much money can we make, or, how much more can we sell to them? And for us, we show up every day, and the thing that we ask before we publish a recipe, before we put a video on YouTube, before we sell a cookbook, is how can we best serve our audience today? How can we best serve these moms today? And so everything that we do has this underlying cause, this underlying message of, let me help you today. Whether that's, okay, here's an easy recipe you can put in your crock pot, or here's some ideas if you have a child struggling with anxiety. We love to talk about mental health and the things that we do with that. We love to talk about ways to connect with your kids. We love to talk about how to strengthen your relationship with your partner or your spouse. We love to talk about ways to take care of yourself, because we believe that as women, we spend so much time serving everyone else, we forget to serve ourselves. And so we talk about self-care a lot, and you can't pour from an empty cup, so fill your cup today. Like, things like that are the messages that you'll hear a lot on our social media platforms. So it's, even though it's food that brings people in, it's that connection through service that makes them stay.
Oh yeah, I love that. And I know right now someone's watching, and he or she has small children, and they're going, what do I do? Do I bring them into the kitchen and show them how to cook? Do I spend that time? And it's harder. I know it's harder because I've done it with, little kids and my grown little kids. Things started. They were like, I want to bring my daughter or my son in, or my kids, and I want to show them how to make the family pie recipe or the family cookies, or maybe even the turkey, for holidays. What would you tell them to get started with their children?
I mean, honestly, and the way that my mom did it was she just would have us help with little things, depending on our age. Like when we would make her potato salad, she would hand us like the potatoes and be like, "Okay, your job is to cut these up while I sit here and peel the eggs," or whatever.
Mhm.
And so just giving them doable jobs to get them involved in the process. Start small. Don't feel like you have to start with the pie recipe that's been handed down for 3 generations that takes so long and is so temperamental. Start simple. And then also we tell people and we remind them like, what's the outcome you're going for? Is it the
Right.
perfect pie or is it the connection? Is it the memory? Is it
Ah,
making that tradition? And when you can keep that top of mind of like, you know what, this is a hot mess. This is taking triple the amount of time, but the connections being made, suddenly it changes everything.
yeah. See, now you make me want to go and make cookies with my grandsons this year because the youngest one is 3 and he wants to help in every way he can.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
so being able to do that
Covered
is
head to toe in
yeah,
frosting.
yeah. I mean, think of the pictures. We'll send them to you. You can throw them on social media.
Yes. Yes. Oh, it's the
Oh
best.
my goodness. It is amazing.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, you weren't doing Six Sisters stuff. If this
Mhm.
hadn't happened in 2010 and grew the way it has, and
Right.
congratulations, let me tell you, if you were
Thank
not
you.
doing that, what would you be doing?
Mhm.
What's that passion, that love that you love doing when you're not in the kitchen?
You know what? It is I love helping women. Um, my side gig is coaching women and helping them to become unstuck in their lives. Because I feel like as women, it's so easy for us to get caught up in the minutia of the things that are going on or to go all in on being a mom and forget about who we are and our hopes and dreams. And I think that passion of helping women um, kind of leaks into my job with Six Sister stuff because they're kind of one and the same. So I guess you could say I am doing my passion, doing it all.
That is awesome. I'm so proud to have honored you as our
Thank you.
2022 influencer, you and your sisters and your mom, because we can't forget
And
mom.
our
And we
mom.
better throw
Nope.
dad in the mix too. So
He's,
I
yes,
think
he
you need
played an
to
important
change
role
your
too.
name. I think you need to call it Six Sisters Plus Two or something.
Yep.
I'm
Mom and dad.
so proud and honored to have you come down here and be a part of this. And any way we can help, in what you're doing in your journey, we're always here. I think you're absolutely amazing. I would love to have you come back on the show. We could do a 9 at 9 just about,
Perfect.
helping women because that's what, the Network of Outstanding Women is all about. And I'm so
Yep.
glad you're a part of it and a part of the family. You already know I think you're amazing. You're going to be one of my best buddies for years now. And I'm going to bug you about
Nice.
recipes for the next couple of days.
Feel free. And you know what? We always say there's a room for one more sister in the sisterhood. So welcome to our sisterhood, Tigo. We're glad you're
Thank
here.
you so much. All right, everybody. If you missed part of the interview, you know what to do. Hit the rewind button. Go back and watch it. You don't want to miss this. Six Sister stuff. Come on. If you don't know who they are, like I told you at the top of the show, go check them out. They got some amazing recipes. I'm actually probably going to use a few right after Thanksgiving because what else am I going to be doing with all this extra food we got left? All right, we'll be right back. Today, I've got somebody special waiting in the wings. You know what? Few people have asked me, more than a few, a lot of the women have said, Tigo, since this COVID thing, I've been trying to figure it out. I want to do something new. I want to do something different. I don't want to be stuck in the same way. I want to skyrocket my career. What do I do? And usually I say, watch the show. Check out the experts. Today I say, sit right there. We'll be right back.
The Power of Pink Summit and the Now Honors. Has moved to the downtown Las Vegas area and the famous Fremont district, bringing the most brilliant and talented women in the world. To one stage in one place, where their power will be captured for the world to see. And it is hosted by the one and only Theresa Goss. We present to you Now Honors 2023.
All right. Welcome back. You heard me right. We're going to figure out how to skyrocket your next career. Or maybe you're already on the launch pad and just don't know where to go. How are we going to do it? Well, Hilary, DeCesare's here. Hilary, are you here?
I'm here, Tigo. I am on the launch pad ready to take off with your listeners.
Let's go. Let's talk about it. I mean, right behind you, we're talking about relaunch, but I know a whole lot of people are doing what I did when you first came on the screen this morning. I'm like, I already know her. I know her because she became my buddy on Secret Millionaire. I got to ask you, how was that experience being on Secret Millionaire?
It was, first off, one of the most impactful things I've ever done. You talk about a relaunch. I had a relaunch during the actual show in meeting. If you don't know the premise is you go undercover and you uncover people that are impacting the world, but they don't necessarily have the funds to do it. And there's a misnomer out there that the show provides the money. No, you do. You provide the money to these people, and it's about $150,000 or more that you can give to them. But I was going through a divorce at the time. I was running a business. I was self-funding it. I was trying to get out there and make this huge impact. And what I realized is I learned more from the people that I worked with, more from their stories that helped me continue down my path. And I'll never forget, my ex-husband said, "You're going to do what right now? Are you sure?" And then he made a comment like, "Well, this is all you, not me." And I said, "You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay, because this is my journey, not yours." And that's really where I want to start today with relaunch is about an individual experience.
Okay.
Even though, and everyone, if you're answering this question that I'm about to ask you, answer it not from your head, but from your heart. I want to know, are you relaunching in a global way, in a business perspective, or a personal way? What if you're launching in all three ways? Then this is the conversation you need to be a part of.
This is definitely the conversation you need to be a part of. And before we get into that part, because I know somebody just went, I want a relaunch, and they're terrified. They don't want to reach out there. They don't even want to put a toe in the pool, as my mother used to say. They've got all these great ideas in their head as they're driving to their 9-to-5 and hating their job, or they're stuck in a relationship they're not real sure how to handle. So what do you tell them for that first step to get out of their own way and get past that fear?
Well, let's just talk about 3HQ. All right. We're not talking about IQ of the 60s, 70s, 80s. That was all about like, how smart are you? Problem solving. We're not even talking about EQ that came in the 90s. This is a new concept for today's not new normal world, but new different world. And it's called 3HQ. And the H's stand for head, heart, higher self. And when I talk about get out of your head, which is what you were just saying, these thoughts about like, Can I do this? Am I going to be able to make it happen? Am I going to waste money? Am I going to create money? Or I'm feeling so stuck, so overwhelmed, so underwhelmed. 3HQ allows you to literally imagine you are a electric car, and there is a power source that you can tap into to spark you up again. You've had sparks in the past. You've had the butterflies. You've had the things that have happened to you that have been like, that was so amazing. But we've dulled our spark over the last couple of years. And I'm telling you right now, there's never been a better time. After 2008, that crisis, there were more millionaires created. After that happened, this is going to be the same thing in history. More opportunities for you. But the real thing is, where do you go? How do you even begin? And your question was, where do you start? Where you start is you have to realize that you have one thing in the world that you can actually change and impact. And that are the thoughts that you think. The thoughts you think. And ready for this, we are pre-programmed, pre-wired with 6,250 thoughts a day. Out of those, 85% are negative. So if you're feeling like, what's wrong with me? I just gave you the pass that says you no longer think that way because you're okay. You're just like the rest of us. How great is that? We're all one and the same. We all have 85% negative thoughts. But the people that are going to be successful as we go forward understand that you also have control over changing the 85% negative thoughts that were hardwired.
Okay, so what about guilt? Because women, especially moms, wives, what about guilt? What about that guilt of, well, yeah, I know she's talking to me. I know I have these dreams and thoughts, but Billy's got baseball, and Tommy just started flag football. And my husband, he's going to a conference and he needs me to stand next to him. I don't have time to put me first. I don't have time to pursue that path. Oh, she's not talking to me. She's talking to some young single person that has all the time in the world.
Tigo, this is exactly who I'm talking to because that person was me. I had corporate guilt being in Silicon Valley for 10 years at a large tech company. Then I had guilt when I went out and started raising, millions and millions of dollars for my company. And here's the thing. There will always be something stopping you from your own success. But when you can say at some point, you know what? I just need 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not talking about big, massive, I'm going to do this. I need a lot of money. It's not. It's when you start to, it's almost like gratitude. When you talk about a gratitude practice and you start to say one thing a day that you're grateful for, guess what happens? More and more and more happens. Well, this is compound effect. This is when you start to do that one thing, one small thing each day to help you get clearer on where you want to take your business. You actually find that there is a relaunch effect that will impact not just your business, but also your relationships with your kids, your spouse. Maybe you're single and you're like, am I ever going to find somebody? Well, when you start to go down this path of giving yourself that 1 to 2 minutes a day of doing something for you and your business. And then you might say, well, what would that be, Hilary? How do I even begin this thing? That's where, again, get out of your head. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking.
Yeah.
Spark your heart. Spark your heart. What do you ultimately want to be doing? There's a gal that I was working with and she said, you know what, Hilary, I can't be in front of the camera. I feel horrible when I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way my voice sounds. And I say, but do your people need to hear you?
Huh?
And then all of a sudden it puts a different spin on it, right? It's not about you. It's about the people that you could be impacting with what you know deep in your heart. Remember, get out of your head into your heart. That why are you doing it? And stop bringing it all about you and start just thinking, you know what, if I could help that one person, what would that mean to you today? Yeah.
Now, see, I know you're a superstar because, I was already a fan. We already went through that. I'm going to get my autograph when I see you. But I also know that, you're an author, you're an award-winning entrepreneur, What is it that you love doing that when you get up in the morning, you can't wait to get to? What is that one thing that you look forward to every day?
So I have to say, I change lives. I impact people with 3HQ. When it clicks and you understand, and it's not, remember I said head, heart, higher self. Higher self is anything greater than you, that greatness that you have inside of you. And when I can share with people that we all have it inside of us, and when I can wake up in the morning and impact people to gain clarity, then once I can get that clarity, then I can take you from point A to B. But I need to understand, what is it, not what my vision is or what Tigo, your vision is. It's what ultimately do you want? And you might be like, oh, that even in itself is an overwhelming question. That's when we go back to, what are we really going for? Is it more time with your family? Great, we can make that happen. Is it more revenue so that you can help your family actually with health issues? Is it vacation that you
What is
want
that?
to create
Oh,
that?
no, kidding.
But this is what I'm saying. Once we start to figure out what's important to you, then we make it happen. And that's when you can truly become a manifestation magnet. And there's a difference between law of attraction and trying to attract something, and actually you being the thing that's pulling it in. There was the book, The Secret. Well, I'm telling you, it's no longer a secret. It's called 3HQ.
I love her. I love her. I have to thank you for hanging out with me. We just touched the tip of the mountain of what we could talk about. I hope you'll come back again and come back often. I love speaking with you. I really am a fan. And, you're just amazing.
Tigo, I feel the same about you. Let's make it happen.
All right, everybody, you know what to do. If you want to find out about the relaunch, the book, you want to find out more about Hilary, go to Tigo Direct. Type in Hilary. Type in, Secret Millionaire. Type in relaunch. She's coming up. Reach out to her. Say, hey, I saw the show. I'm going to get your book, and we'll get her back. Don't send me hate mail. We're going to get her back, I promise. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time. Go get the book. Go check her out. Tigo Direct. Tuesday.